Okay. Whew. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. It is Monday, November 25th, 7:30 p.m. I'd like to call the meeting to order. In accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, notice of this meeting has been sent to the retrospect, posted on the Borough website, Borough social media, and on the bulletin board in Borough Hall, and it's also being held via Zoom. If we could all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence.
Flag of the United States, the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. You may be seated. Okay, next on the agenda, we have the exciting swearing in of our new commissioner, Mr. Seidel. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome, Dave. And Deanna, will you do the honors? Right.
Out front.
Out front. Raise your right hand.
Oh, that's.
Well, I don't have.
Oh, give me five. All right.
I state your name,
I, David Seidel,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and to the government established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
Furthermore, I do solemnly swear
Furthermore, I do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties
all the duties
of the office of Commissioner
of the office of Commissioner
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, congratulations. Welcome, Dave.
Thank you.
And with that, I'll make a motion if I could ask for a second to appoint Officer Ryan Pratt as our newest police auxiliary officer, please.
Second.
Voting on that motion. Commissioner Troy,
In favor.
Commissioner Seidel,
In favor.
Commissioner Bianco Pezich.
In favor. And with that, Ryan, you are officially our newest member. If you'll do me the honor, coming forward, I'll ask you to raise your right hand as well. Go with me, Pratt.
Yes. I, Ron Price,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the
I
Constitution
will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New
of the
Jersey,
State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true
and
faith
I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same
to the same,
and to the government established
to the government established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
Furthermore,
Furthermore,
I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
justly perform
all the duties
all the duties
of the office of auxiliary
of the auxiliary
police officer
police officer
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So,
Welcome.
Mayor, I should have had the roll call after Dave was sworn in,
Oh, that's okay.
but, so we'll do roll call now.
Sure.
For, Commissioner Troy,
Present.
Commissioner Seidel,
Here.
Commissioner Bianco Bezek.
Present, thank you. Okay, next, could I ask for a motion to waive the reading minutes and approve as submitted for September 23rd, 24, October 7th, 24. Commissioner Seidel will abstain as he's not able to be present for those.
Motion to waive reading of minutes and approve as submitted. Commissioner meeting September 23rd, 2024 and October 7th, 2024.
Second,
Voting on that motion. Commissioner Troy,
In favor.
Commissioner Seidel,
Abstain.
Commissioner Bianco Bezek.
in favor.
Thank you.
Okay, next we have open, I will ask for a motion to open to the public. Just a reminder, this first public comment period is for anyone who would like to ask questions or make comments about the agenda items we have in front of us. So again, this is only for agenda items. We will go to those in the room first. You'll have 5 minutes each. Joanna will time you. We ask that you just give her your attention when she says time's up. And then after everyone in the room has a chance to speak, we'll go to those on Zoom. Could I have a motion to open to the public, please?
So moved.
1 second.
Second.
Voting on that motion, Commissioner Troy,
In favor.
Commissioner Seidel,
In favor.
Commissioner Bianco Bezek.
In favor. Okay, anyone from the public who'd like to speak?
I'm hearing Walnut Street. Yes, on the minutes, you've approved September and October's minutes, but we're still missing July and August.
They're approved. I didn't realize they weren't on the website.
I did check today, so, okay. Okay. Also, on the work sessions, there's no minutes for August, September, October, or November, so check me
Now we can hear
in. Okay. No minutes, August, September, October, November for the work session.
I'll double check on those as well.
Okay, thanks, Deanna. Also, usually, Deanna, you're the one, every time we have an election, you give the vote count. And we haven't heard that. Could you tell us the official vote count for Shanahan, Seidel, and the total number of votes cast?
I would have to look that up. And I can give it to you after. I don't want to take time.
And you want to put it on the website or something? Or, I mean,
Yeah, the preliminary are on the website and,
the
when
unofficial
being at
ones.
league yet last week, I haven't had a chance to get the final up onto the website,
Okay, I can't find the final. Many of us can't find the
on the
final.
Camden County website.
Yeah, it's the unofficial.
No, the last time I looked on the county, Thursday or last week, it was the official.
Okay. But you know how many websites.
I will get
I
that
have looked.
and we'll put it up
Today, so I don't have to ask the question.
we'll get it up by Wednesday.
Yeah, and usually they were posted, the election results, it was always part of our website, so I don't even know what that's for. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. And I have, some, I don't know who to ask this, usually it'd be you, Commissioner Seidel.
Sure.
But I don't know who. It says, oh goodness. You had Fowler and Stiles, over $255,000. Is this for affordable housing? I don't know what you're doing. It says funding for Stiles and Fowler.
Which resolution? You have to.
Which resolution?
It's on yes, thank you. I can give you a number. It's 2713. Haddonfield Housing Agency, funding for Stiles and Fowler. $255,000+. Is that affordable housing or I know we purchased a site on Fowler that Stiles, I don't know, maybe.
That is the repair work for the house on Stiles and the house on Fowler.
Oh, okay, thank you.
And Andy, just for your reference, it's 4 total units. So there's 1 on Fowler and 3 on Stiles Avenue. Those are 4 affordable housing units.
Bowers, 1,
Mhm.
and Styles is 4 units.
It's 3. It's a triplex. That's okay. I just want to make sure you know. So
Thank you, I appreciate the
Yeah,
fact.
sure.
So that's 4 affordable units,
That's correct.
but they have to repair them first
We have to bring them up to code and make sure they're
Yeah.
compliant and accessible.
and then eventually. All right, that's good, so I know that. So we purchased the new truck for $386,000 for the leads. Also, this is, I don't know, chief. Trousers for Daniel and Danielle Grasso. Is that her husband and wife work here?
No, Daniel Leverett.
Pardon me?
Daniel Leverett,
Yeah.
male, we just hired him, so we have to, we hired.
Oh,
him.
it looked like they were like Mr. and Mrs.
Yeah,
Grasso.
so we had to hire.
Okay. And what's the $300 for an easy pass?
We preload our easy passes, that's, when our detectives go, we have to pay tolls just like everybody else, so that's.
Well, where are you going in Haddonfield? Are we having tolls on our roads now?
No, well, we go, our detectives go everywhere, in Newark, to investigate a car theft, so, that, and we also run our GPSs to.
Okay, now these reimbursements, to Catherine, well, I won't say her.
Any time's up.
Anyone else in the room?
Hi, I'm Walter Weidenbacher. That's 48 Center Street. I like to call it the center of the universe. Mayor, when you said items on the agenda before us, I have something to say about items on the agenda that we've already passed.
So that would be for a prior meeting?
No, for the swearing in ceremony.
Oh, sure. Go right ahead.
Okay, because that's on the
Anything for
agenda.
tonight's agenda?
I did pick up when you said items before us. Well, wait.
Oh, got it. Got it.
I got it right. So I congratulate our new commissioner.
Thank you.
And I want to say that I want to compliment the board for having a full complement of the commissioners now. I think this is a very, very favorable mood and everything. So congratulations to y'all for that. And I also want to say it's awful nice to see some smiles on our board, because I see Mr. Seidel, he's smiling like I never saw him smile in my life. So congratulations.
Thank you, Walter.
Thank you, Walter.
Sorry about that.
And I also wanted, I heard Ms. Shearing mention about the vote count. I did want to mention that I believe that Mr. Seidel got 4,000 votes, which compared to all of the other votes was phenomenal. And I just wanted to add all of those votes. I wish somebody had mentioned to me, it would be nice if all 4,000 voters for Mr. Seidel were here tonight, and I'm sure they'll hear about it. So congratulations.
Thank you. I don't think the room would hold everybody.
I'm kidding also.
Thank you.
But it was a win, and it was a big win. And I think it was a big win for our town.
Anyone else in the room before we go to Zoom?
Are people allowed to come back up if they weren't finished after, or is there a second pass
There's
for
a
people?
second. Yeah, there's a second open public comment.
Oh, okay.
Okay, seeing none in the room, could we ask if anyone on Zoom has anything they'd like to say regarding agenda items at this time? Okay, we'll open once again at the end. With that, could I have a motion to close to the public, please?
Motion to close the public.
Second,
Second.
voting on that motion, Commissioner Troy,
In favor.
Commissioner Seidel,
In favor.
Commissioner Bianco Bezich.
In favor. Okay, next before us, we have we have to do our monthly departmental reports. That's right. Okay, so first up, we'll start with public safety, and I'm gonna hand it over to Chief Cutler first. We just wrapped a press conference earlier this afternoon. So Chief, if you want to give us your October and lead off with some info about Haddonfield Safe and all that good stuff.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you, Madam Mayor. Thank you, Commissioners. I'll just start off with our monthly report and then I'll get into our press conference today and the good news that we had. So the month of October, the police department handled or responded or were called to 1,517 calls for service. That's about average for the month of October. We made 128 motor vehicle stops. We issued 378 summonses. A majority of them were parking, 84% were parking, 16% were violations. We had no burglaries in the month of October. We had one vehicle, no motor vehicle theft, but one theft from a motor vehicle because it was not locked. So as in every month, I'd like to remind everybody to lock your doors, take your keys from your cars, hide your valuables. It's helping us and helping you not to be a victim. On the other, we had held a press conference today. I'd like to thank Haddonfield Safe. Some of the members are here today. They fundraised, crowdsourced, whatever you call it, $18,000 for us to install automatic license plate reader cameras throughout the town. It's a big win for us. It's a force multiplier. It shows what, we can do with the help of the citizens. Like I said, if you saw on TV tonight, public safety is a partnership. We can't do it without the community, and the community can't do it without us. So it's definitely a step forward, and we're extremely happy that they were able, and the citizens of Haddonfield, I'd like to thank everybody that donated, and even everybody that gave us good wishes and helped us out. Very good news is, we couldn't scream this from the rooftops when it happened, but so what spurred, we had the burglaries in April to the occupied residents. In June, at the end of May and the beginning of June, there were four suspects that were arrested. For that, we couldn't scream that at the top of our lungs because it's still an active and open investigation. In fact, it's still active and open today, so I really can't get into it, but rest assured that we are working diligent with the State Police Task Force. But the four suspects that were in town that actually committed the burglaries have all been arrested. A fifth one was just arrested in October by the the collaboration between police departments. There were probably 20 municipalities, state police, FBI involved in this investigation. I know that people were frustrated from the lack of information, but we had to maintain the integrity of the investigation throughout it because there were multiple layers of the investigation. So believe it or not, back in May, when everybody was here yelling, we knew then that the people were called. So I just want to thank everybody for their patience, their continued patience. This is still an ongoing investigation. So just because we caught 4 or 5 doesn't mean there's not 4 or 5 more. So we're actively working on it. I can't get into any more details, but I just wanted to give that.
Thanks, Chief. And great work. Let's give a round of applause for her. Next, we're going to go to Chief Gorman, but before we do, Chief Cutler and I were just talking about this at the press conference. One PSA we want to give to everyone, and it'll be going on social media and the app this month. Please do not post on Facebook or Instagram before you go away the dates that you will be out of town. We're seeing that a lot, just like we have a lot of, I'll say like repeat issuance of that with porch pirates and things like that. Porch pirates, of course, we can't stop everyone from stepping on your porch and grabbing packets. We do ask you to arrange with neighbors if you're going to be away for, let's say, a week of time or a block of time, to have someone pick up your mail, have someone look out for your packages. But one of the things we've been seeing again on Facebook, we just talked about this today, was people sort of broadcasting that they will not be home for the week because of the holiday. And so it really helps the police to keep the community safe in partnership with everyone if you just refrain from that. If you're looking for house sitters, dog sitters, cat sitters, that's okay. We all need them. But it works best for everyone in the community if you just simply say, hey, in the future, I'm going to have this need. So that was, right, Chief, am I missing? Oh, sorry, you're working on the tech. That's okay, that's okay. So anyway, that's our plea for this holiday season. Don't post your photos of where you went till after you come home. And with that, we'll turn it over to Chief Foreman.
Yeah, I'll be very brief tonight, and you were saying it was all smiles tonight, because our hope is going to be less than 5 hours meeting, right? As compared to last time, so I think, yeah, that's probably why it's a lot of smiles. So I'll quickly to make sure we hit that mark. We had 46 fire calls during the month of October, 5 that were mutual aid. EMS, we had 102. We had 30 that were mutual aid. Our mutual aid calls are starting to decrease. That means that other townships are starting to take care of their own problems and relying on Haddonfield less. We're always here to assist if needed, but they're not coming to us as a primary source to correct their problems. We do have the fire restriction lifted. Joanna, I think we put that out on your website, on our website. Yeah, I can't tell you how many people called the station. Oh, I just want to have a fire pit, but I have a screen on it that is 1/8 of an inch. Fire restriction means fire restriction, right? So I didn't mean to be the mean guy, but after about the 30th phone call, I kept saying, just read the website, right? We have the phone system going in. We're working through it. If you call the firehouse right now, it doesn't necessarily go to the extension you need to by tomorrow. We should all be fixed on that. I think we worked out what the glitch was. But if there's ever any problem that you're calling the firehouse, and hopefully this new system will do it, 911 is your call. All right, that's an emergency line. But if you're questionable, like, hey, I think I smell something, or I'm not sure, or my aunt fell coming up the steps, we don't really know if she's hurt. Don't call the station, call 911. Stress that. That's one of the biggest problems we're having in the station, believe it or not, where the amount of people calling, hey, I think I smell smoke, and things like that. Now we have to kind of muster the crew up instead of just having county dispatch us some normal system. Thanksgiving, we hope to break the tradition. Some traditions are good. One's bad here, though, with Haddon Fire Company. For the last 10 years, on every Thanksgiving day, we've had a house fire. Not necessarily in Haddonfield, but a house fire somewhere, either us, Barrington, Haddon Heights, Westmont, somewhere. So keeping our fingers crossed that this will be the year to do away with that. We look forward to participating in the very near future. What I hear, I know you young guys are probably excited about Santa coming to town. We're happy to support those programs that are coming up here in the very near future. And I think there might be an appearance this Friday night. I'm not sure, but I hear there may be. But just look for the fire trucks and listen for the sirens, right? Thanksgiving, again, in our business, when everybody else goes to play, sometimes we have to go to work. We're fully staffed Thanksgiving. We actually have 3 crews in the station who are going to have Thanksgiving dinner up there. So just remember them in your thoughts on Thanksgiving, that they're there standing by. We also have EMTs, the second ambulance on that day, to assist with some activities here in town. So we wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, safe Thanksgiving. Remember, busy time of year, right? People home, Christmas decorations, things like that. Make sure you read the UL warnings. Make sure you read the cooking instructions, make sure you're safe, and make sure you definitely clear those leaves away from anything where a car may park, because those catalytic converters set piles up quick. So, all right, folks, thank you. And happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks, Chief. That was great. That was a great list of PSAs too. Thank you, Chief. And thank you to both chiefs also for all the supports you gave during October, not only interfacing with the public, but helping us keep our public events afloat. We had Halloween, we had all those good things. So thank you. for that. And with that, I'll go to Joanna and Michael for Public Affairs and PFH.
Okay, October was another busy month. We had Hattie's birthday with a big celebration. We also had some TV cameras come down. It was really fun, lots of families, little kids really enjoyed the birthday, the movie, thanks to the police department, Jurassic Park. We also had a really cute dog, thanks to Michael, who put that together, the little dog parade. The night market was towards the end. We had 2 cameras there, 2 reporters came down, and we were also in the Wall Street Journal night market. We were all pretty excited about that. Earlier in the month, we had some residents that held the Diwali flash mob that was well attended and all over social media and had like over 5,000 views. The pumpkins, if you noticed all the fall decor downtown, I wanted to personally thank Allie Westerside. The last 3 years I've been working here, her and I have been coordinating her students that decorate all those beautiful pumpkins, 20 pumpkins that DPW puts throughout the downtown. So thank you to the HMHS Memorial Art Class and Allie Westerside. We started a Borough Bulletin. If you noticed, it's a monthly bulletin that went on the app and is on the website, and it'll be out the first of the month with happenings, what's happening in the borough government. And we also did have a press conference for the ceremonial groundbreaking of the police department, which was well attended, and they are starting work inside the building. Busy month.
Yes, so much going on in October. Okay, Michael, anything you want to add?
October was a big month for the Partnership for Haddonfield. Out of 9 communities who applied, Haddonfield received a Main Street designation from the state of New Jersey. Only 29 communities in New Jersey have ever received this designation. With it comes training for staff, firsthand knowledge of grant and monies opportunities, as well as national recognition by the Main Street America program. I do want to take a moment to thank Judy Schumacher from the Tax Assessor's Office. Judy's contribution to the application is valuable and imperative to success. It was a very detailed 6-page application that required a great deal amount of supporting documents, and Judy's help was very beneficial. With October comes the 3rd annual Halloween Night Market. In short, the evening was a great success. There were shoulder-to-shoulder crowds filling Kings Highway, Kingsport, and Mechanic Street for about 4.5 hours. Businesses have reported great success as they have the last couple of years. It's becoming one of the bigger events of our calendar year. PFH also organized the dog parade. We helped organize and give away cupcakes that were donated from Sweet Tea's Bake Shop, as well as gather a candy sponsor for the Jurassic Park movie. And October is also a busy time for us. We're getting our ads together for candlelight shopping. So as of now, you can probably see and hear our adverts on Patco, Hulu, YouTube, WXPN, as well as Trinketeria and media.
Great, thank you. Thank you everyone for the outlets in October. It was all hands from DPW to Judy in the tax office to all of you here. So thank you very much. With that, we will go to the first ever finance report. If you care to make one, Commissioner.
No, that's okay. Is there anyone in attendance?
Sharon can assist
Okay.
with you.
So, and Sharon, Indiana. So finance, just one question, Sharon, are we gonna run out of money? All right, great. One of the things I'll point out in the report that's before me is that our collection rate is at 98.86%. So not only are people paying their taxes, which is wonderful, we don't have to pay the retrospect to run your name in paper, which is also wonderful because although it saves us money, it doesn't help pay Molly's salary. Deanna, is there anything that you would like to talk about the borough clerks besides licenses for your cats and dogs are due by January 31st before the price goes up?
I think you hit on the one highlight I have.
Yeah, all right, right on. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Okay, Commissioner Choi, over to you.
Yeah, so I will take Public Works, since Bill is not here tonight. Pardon me. So this is leaf season. We started October 28th, and with the drought conditions that we had, and I'm going to ask Sharon to kind of jog her memory on this. I can't remember a time that I've lived here where we've started the 3rd round
prior to Thanksgiving, and it looks like we could actually even possibly finish it before December.
No, we have never been able to complete 3 rounds in 6 weeks in 20 years.
So that creates another problem, that there's still some leaves on trees. So I've already had some residents reach out to me and say, will there be another round, or whatever the case may be. So I guess my answer to that is, we'll keep a weather eye on it for round 3 and ask Bill to drive through town and decide whether we want to do an abridged collection or extend it for another, whatever the case may be. But often, as a lot of you remember, this will go until the end of December, around Christmas time, but we still have a lot of leaves on trees.
Often it can go into January.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but the team is doing a great job collecting all the leaves out there. We also supported a lot of the events in October and the ones in November, either prepping or taking down or doing both. Taking down the October, pumpkins and the hay bales and that sort of thing, and then putting up the wreaths, the veteran banners, and getting everything prepped for the holidays. Anne had mentioned the leaf collection truck. So we were supposed to have that by the end of October. I don't think we're gonna have it in time this year, but that is a interesting vehicle. Haddon Township has one, and we benchmarked them. For anyone who's in the construction trades, you'll find out it's getting harder and harder to get CDL drivers. We experienced this in my line of work when I'm not here. And so these are smaller trucks that basically are one-person operation trucks that will allow you to do more frequent sweeps, but lesser volume. So this is our first attempt at doing this to see how this works. We'll probably start it probably for even like trash collection on the streets, maybe after this season, but then we won't really see how it really works with leaves until next season. But again, it's trying something different. If this works out better, we can probably add more of these to our fleet, and it'll probably be less in terms of maintenance, less in terms of CDL drivers or fewer CDL drivers, and just make us more efficient in collecting leaves. So while we're doing the leaf collection, a lot of things have to be put on hold. I know a couple of people have reached out to me about branches and that sort of thing, the trees. We really have to get through leaf season, and then we'll revisit trimming a lot of the trees and the branches that are out there where we've had residents reach out to us. That is Public Works in a nutshell. I'll now turn it over to Doug to give us an update on engineering.
Thank you, Mr. Bright. First of all, I highlighted a 2025 CO2 grant. This way, we put an application for a portion of Mount Avenue, and we just received an application. It will be that Borough will receive about $196,000 from this application. The program is substantially complete. They're going around town working on various functions items. One thing to note, because of the dry weather, many of the areas that they did provide topsoil seed did not germinate unless you had a sprinkler system. So, as in the case of really finishing jobs this time of year, they will be able to spring to reapply seed for a lot of their needed. The project for the 2023 project at Preston Avenue, that project is well. So we'll be working with the contractor, their fund sites, and according to the people we'll close it out. And then Hickory Lane was the last major road project. The road is ready to be resurfaced. It is under the schedule for tomorrow. However, we are expecting some rain, so depending on the weather, it'll be either tomorrow or we'll get pushed to Wednesday to have that paved with all. And the pilots are important.
All right, thanks, Doug. And there was one on Oak Ridge Drive. There was just a short portion that was probably left behind in any sort of studies. We had some residents reach out to us and asked if that portion of road can be completed from Greenmount to the terminus. And we were decided that we did have funds available in the middle of overlays. It's not a heavily traveled road.
So we're able to complete that short stretch there and really complete that entire stretch of road. So that was a good news story. That came about by some residents who just reached out to us, worked with engineering to see if we could make it happen, and we were able to do it within budget. So thank you, Doug, and that is everything I have.
Thanks, Commissioner. Thank you, Doug. Let's see. Okay, so with that, we'll move on to our,
The ordinance, I is a repeat of
Yeah.
G. It
okay,
was a crazy day Friday.
that's okay, Deanna. We all have those. Thank you. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't having a moment. Okay, so we'll move on to item J, which is our ordinance second reading, and this is ordinance 2024-11, amending chapter 176 entitled Registration of Defaulted Mortgages. Again, this is the second reading, so I'd ask the commissioners for a motion to open to the public for the public hearing.
Motion to open the public hearing of ordinance 2024-11.
I second.
Voting on that motion, Commissioner Troy,
In favor.
Commissioner Seidel,
Abstain, second reading.
All in favor?
and Commissioner Bianco.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, with that, is there anyone who would like to speak on this item only? This is ordinance 24-11. This is the second reading, public hearing before adoption. Anyone on Zoom who would like to speak on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, could I have a motion to close to the public on ordinance 24-11 and adopt on second reading?
Motion to close the public and adopt ordinance 2024-11.
Second.
Voting on that motion, Commissioner Troy,
In favor.
Commissioner Seidel is abstained, correct?
Correct.
And Commissioner Bianco Bezich.
In favor. Okay, thank you. Item K, are you okay, Deanna? if I get-
Yes,
Okay.
I am perfectly good.
Okay, item K, resolutions under the consent agenda, and this includes resolutions 164 through 174, which were before us at our work session is tentative for this agenda. So I would ask for a motion to approve the resolutions under the consent agenda. Before I do that, do I need to pull any out, Sal, or Dave?
My knowledge.
Okay, just making sure. Okay, all right, could I ask for a motion, commissioners?
Motion to approve resolutions 164 through 174 under the consent agenda.
I second.
Voting on that motion, Commissioner Troy,
In favor.
Commissioner Seidel,
In favor.
Commissioner Bianco Bezich.
In favor, thank you. Okay, that's the end of our consent agenda. At this time, I'd ask for a motion to open to the public for comment on all other matters, item K.
Motion to open to the public for public comment for all the matters, not on the agenda.
I second.
Voting on that motion, Commissioner Troy,
In favor.
Commissioner Seidel,
In favor.
Commissioner Bianco Bezich.
In favor. Annie, do you want to start? I know that your time was cut short previously. I just did. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I just want to make sure.
Okay, regarding the resolution that you just passed for the Department of Revenue and Finance and the outlining the duties. Oh, is this the same as last time? Has anything changed at all? It's in language.
No, I'm completing the term of Commissioner Roach, so I take the duties that were assigned to him in May of 2021.
Okay, so who's authorized to sign checks? 'Cause I'm very familiar with that. Oh, well, where is that? I mean, usually you even have a second person, God forbid, someone's in the hospital.
Oh, yes,
Yes.
we can all sign, but he's in charge of revenue and finance.
Well, that's what I thought, but I didn't see it here.
No, we during the time of Commissioner Roach's absence, we were signing checks still.
So they had to,
In the list of his duties, I didn't see.
Oh, it's in the title, like-
Checks.
It's actually in, we do a cash management plan every year, once a year, and it's listed in the cash.
Oh, okay, I just.
Actually, at the next meeting, we will have to be amending the cash management.
Oh, okay,
So that's, it's all part, it's another document.
All right, because I thought that was very strange, but.
I already know I signed a whole lot of them.
Okay, oh, I forgot something. The Bank of America new police station. The residents living within 200 feet were never notified via certified mail that work was being done. We always get notified for Acme and Bank of America. If the Bank of America changed their lights, we had a notice. And a lot of times if it appeared before the planning board, which I'm sure this has to, we were told, so I don't know, we don't know what's going on over there, except noise, 6 o'clock in the morning, that shakes our house. The equipment is so loud, and unfortunately, for months, someone allowed Pioneer Pipe to store their equipment at Bank of America. And it's really been a nightmare every day, right, for weekends. So how come we haven't been notified of what the work that's being done? And what is being done? And when is it going to appear before the planning board for a site plan? Anybody?
So we were before the planning board several months ago for the cursory review because it's a borough-owned property. That was a public hearing. It was noticed. We were on the agenda. The architect, the engineer, Chief Cutler. But for the work that's being done now, it's construction work that secures permits from the construction office. It's not in need of special notification because it's not before planning or zoning board for waivers or variances.
I really can't believe that. We have never done it like this, ever. And it's not appreciated. The only thing we saw was one time at a commissioners meeting, a big board showing a photograph, a picture of what's going there. You had a closed session. Here it is. We're going to deal with it later. We never heard another word. Had a closed session and we never saw it. We don't even know what's going there. We have to say as to what it's going to look like. And there's a lot of objections in there because what was stated, you want there, like kids to bike and have events down there, is totally against the current master plan. I mean, that is labeled as an area not to even ride your bike. It's got the red line. We have yellow, red, green lines and so forth. That's going to be another discussion. And I don't know what we'll have to do because this isn't fair. It's like you're making something under the table and maybe you're not, but there hasn't been transparency. If you went through to the planning board for anything, we should have been notified. That's what usually happens. The next thing I want to talk about is, this is going to make me very annoyed, is the Christmas tree. I have asked that the Christmas tree be called the lighting of the Christmas tree, and for some reason you refuse to do it. I don't think you're being fair to our children, Colleen. It was an article in the Retrospect over a year ago, and I said for the Jewish families in Haddonfield, we don't say they're having a holiday and the lighting of the candelabra. We showed them respect. And we say the holiday.
Annie, your time's up.
I understand. The holiday is Hanukkah and it's the lighting of their menorah. And for some reason, we insist on calling it.
Annie, time's up.
Time's up.
And it's actually the celebrations. Yeah,
the celebration tree, the holiday.
No, I mean the celebration. Henry Tomlinson actually said it out loud,
Right, the parents actually,
but it had.
mission that name, that had celebration association.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Joanna.
Yeah.
Yes, I said that repeatedly. Truth. The holiday tree lighting was named by the amazing volunteers of the Celebrations Association. They've been doing it for decades before I was, and they do a fantastic job, and it's a pleasure and it's an honor to work with them to uplift it. And I think it's a beautiful occasion.
I have a hat, I have been a Haddonfield Celebrations Association member since 2018. So you're talking about yourself.
I have, I'm one of the members. Before I ever ran for office, I volunteered. I think.
So
it's
why
really important.
can't you, and you're on the events committee? And you're the chairman of the events committee.
That's separate.
And you're telling me as mayor of this town that we can't tell the children that.
Annie,
they don't
time's
like
up.
the Christmas tree. Blame on you.
Thanks, Annie. Anyone else in the room? Okay, anyone on Zoom? Okay, thank you. Could I have a motion to close to the public and open to the press?
Motion to close the public and open to the press.
Second,
Voting on that voting on that motion, Commissioner Troy,
In favor.
Commissioner Seidel,
in favor?
Commissioner Bianco Bezich.
In favor. Okay, questions from the press. I see Molly, Matt, Emily.
Retrospect. Few questions. First, for Chief Gorman, actually. I'm wondering if Haddonfield, Mr. Fire Department offered any aid for any of the wildfires in the state?
Have we, what was any?
Did you offer any aid for the wildfires across the state?
Yeah, we did. We actually, about 2 weeks ago on Thursday morning, at 9:30 in the morning, I got a text from the state that wildfires starting to get out of control in Voorhees. About 3 seconds later, a pager went off and we responded to that. Voorhees. Showed some videos of it, that was called Wild Urban Fires. So we went in there, set up operations, sure. Rest of the commissioners, but yeah. Very instrumental in saving that development. A quick response because of daytime stipend, where the typical fire doubles every 3 seconds. And if you know anything about wildfires, you can probably double it. Because we have a staff that's a quick response, we're able to not only help our town with some small brush fires here, but help us with major forest fire too.
How many members went from the department?
We sent a total of 6 members, myself included. Due to fire, we had 5 on the engine, and myself, close, again, close. Probably read up about midnight, I think. But it wasn't over because we just continued to run calls here for investigations and because the smoke was so bad. So it was really a very, very busy stretch for us. But, how close
Thank you. And for the commissioners, for resolution 171, establishing a dedicated trust firefighter for housing, can you kind of explain that resolution? And it says pay expenditures for affordable housing, what types of expenditures?
Sharon, do you want to start with that? Yep. Okay, and then I can add if you need me to.
So Annie brought up the payment of bills for Styles and Fowler. That's the type of expenses. So we bring in revenue, we bring in affordable housing fees when new houses are built or significant construction is done on a home. that those funds go into this trust fund and they're to be used for affordable housing. So we've used them in the past for the purchase of property. We are allowed to use them for administrative costs. We have not. So right now they are primarily being used to, for the upkeep and the repairs to the structures that we purchased previously.
Thank you. And I guess this is what works for the municipal aid grant that was just announced for Mount Well. What exactly is the money being used for? Like, is it part of the street?
That's the money for the playground.
No. No, Mount All is the road program. It's the annual road program grant.
Oh, the same one that we had at Hickory
Yes, correct.
and Summit this year, except actually one of those is from 2023, one's from 2024, and then that will be for 2025. We're also doing work at the Mount Well playground as well too, so that's going to take place for and new playground equipment for that, and that will be taking place probably early spring into spring.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about that.
That's okay. Is the Mount Well just a repaving of the street, or is it?
It's various concrete curbing, sidewalk, ADA ramps, and then reconstruction of the road.
And then Sal, can you talk about the case management conference with Judge Schweitzer and Fair Share?
Sure. Yeah, it was last Thursday, the 21st, and I'm sorry. Everybody hear me? It was last Thursday, the 21st, and it was, as typical with the case management conference, it was the judge and counsel only. There was no clients or anything at all like that. The attorneys from Fair Share were there, as well as representatives for the borough, myself, the Development Council, and the Affordable Housing Council, and we're awaiting an order a case management order to be submitted by Fair Share next week. The judge directed counsel to submit the order next week because this week is in addition to be a short week for Thanksgiving, it's also judicial college. So all the judges in the state are getting together. So I don't have the case management order yet. When we have that, that'll be a public document, but there was nothing definitive in terms of timeline.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I guess you're kind of talking about that, but did Fair Share confirm if they would be filing some type of builder's remedy suit or?
Well, no. So let me modify a little bit. So they indicated to the judge on the record that they would seek an application from the court that would remove the immunity that the Borough of Haddonfield now enjoys. If that's granted by the judge, then other parties would have the ability to file builders remedy suits.
Okay.
So it's not exactly, we're in a lawsuit. We've been in a lawsuit since 15 and 16. So it's not a new lawsuit, it's not new litigation, but as a part of the existing lawsuit, the attorneys for Fair Share did indicate that they would be asking for that relief.
Okay. And that's specifically for the Bancroft property?
It's for the entire borough.
For the entire borough?
For the entire borough. It affects not only Bancroft, but everything.
And then just following up again about this.
Molly, I'm sorry, can I interrupt you? Do you have anything else for a department head? Otherwise, I'll let them go. Okay, thank you. Department heads, if you don't need to stay, you're free to go. Thank you. Sorry, we didn't do it earlier. Thank you. Thank you very much. Happy Thanksgiving.
And just the last question, have you heard anything commissioner wise from Woodmont about, after the last meeting about their plans moving forward?
Commissioners have, no, that gets communicated through council. Commissioners don't. No.
Yep.
Thanks, Molly. Emily?
Thank you. Just elaborating on the last one. So to confirm, there were no updates on Woodmont property on what direction will be moving.
Not to us. Redevelopment Council might be coming to the meeting tonight to talk to us in closed session. but we haven't spoken with Woodmont as commissioners.
And not with the court either. There was
Correct.
no attorneys for Woodlawn. Again, it was 2 attorneys for Fair Share Housing. There were 3 attorneys for the Borough of Haddonfield, myself, Redevelopment Council, and Affordable Housing Council. There was no one present, no attorney present for Woodlawn, because they're technically not a party to that litigation.
Is there an estimated timeline on when people will be able to understand what might be happening with the Bancroft property?
20 years?
I don't mean to be smart. The timeline is, I mean, as you can see, Commissioner Seidel was just administered an oath tonight. He probably wants a little bit of time to settle in and have a conversation with his fellow commissioners. So they need to talk to each other first of all. So I would hope sooner rather than later, but I can't give you a specific timeline, unfortunately.
Thank you.
Yeah, give him a chance. Let him settle in. Thanks, Al. Put the gun to your head.
Matt?
So just a couple of quick questions.
Sure.
Do we have any estimate what the borough's already expended in legal fees on Bancroft case in terms of counsel, defending the suits, anything like that?
No, I mean, I don't. I'm sure we can do an open request. And
Okay.
I mean, when you say Bancroft, you could probably go back.
I'm talking about as far back as we go. Is there any kind of, if we were gonna get like a ballpark, and maybe Sharon, this is a question for you, I don't know, is there a ballpark estimation? Because if we're just talking about acquisition and demolition, we're already up around 20 million, correct? Is there more or less than that for other stuff? Do we have a, how do we know?
Yeah, I'm the legal department. I won't answer
Sure.
acquisition and demolition.
We're about 17, 18 in just for acquisition, demolition, and settlement of the O'Neill lawsuit. The attorney fees going all the way back to 2005, you are probably over $500,000 to $750,000.
And just for the record, do we have any idea what the current existing affordable housing obligation is for the borough? How many units?
Like 4th round or 3rd?
The
I just
third,
don't know what the latest one is, because
so third round, fourth
Right.
round numbers are out, but they're not finalized.
okay,
So third round numbers, we had an RDP of 80, I believe was the number, with a
83.
83. An RDP of 83 with a unmet need of, it started out at 500 and I believe it ended up at 400 and something. I don't know the number off the top of my head.
Okay.
That is unmet need. We have the, hold on. Oh, yeah. The unmet need, we also have, currently, we have a vacant land adjustment. So we have put into place, our only obligation for that unmet need at this point is to put planning mechanisms in place so that we are providing a potential development for the affordable housing, which you are starting to see in some of those areas that we put in, a couple different developments that are creating a couple of units.
You're talking about the, excuse me, infill or
Yes.
Snowden or, okay.
There's a property on Ellis Street that is doing a number of apartments that also have to include affordable housing. And there's 2 other developments. One, I believe, is at planning board, the other one hasn't made it yet, that are gonna provide their requirements because they are located within those areas covered by our affordable housing plan. 4th round has come out. The commissioners after January will start to develop their plan that they will submit to the courts. Courts will meet with Fair Share Housing and the borough and come up with an agreement on 4th round.
Okay. So you said there was, Ellis Street has 30. There were 2 other infill sites. We're still working to chop away at 83.
No, the 83 was already met and is
Okay.
part of our, if you look at our agreement with Fair Share Housing.
Right.
That we came to, though the 83 are broken down exactly how that's formatted.
Okay.
But it's not met yet. That's part of the Bancroft
Correct.
challenge.
Correct. That the plan to meet the 83
Include it.
included the 10 units of rental at
Right.
Bancroft. So that is not completely met yet.
Okay. So just so I understand, there's 10 units So that takes you down to 73. The other 73 are minus Snowden at another 20.
The other 73 are made up of the 20 plus the rental bonuses for Snowden, the 8 plus the rental bonuses for the other 8 units that we purchased. They are made up of 4 units at Kingsport that we have. There are a number of units that are from Tardity Commons, because we're only allowed a certain percentage of that can be for senior housing.
Right.
And I think there's one other item on there that I can't remember off the top of my head.
We
But it's
had,
all detailed out in there.
Sure.
we also haven't met Boxwood because that's now commercial development map. I'll flip you the document.
Okay.
It's on the website.
I appreciate it. So I guess what I'm just trying to get down to is Bancroft needs to achieve a minimum of 10 based on the existing agreed upon things. That 10 was calculated as a percentage of 120 or higher, or that 10 was calculated in concert with,
No, to make it a little more complicated.
okay,
Fair Share Housing came up with the number 83 for RDP based on picking certain sites in town where they felt there was development. Bancroft was based off of 300 units, that was given an RDP of 60. Boxwood was part of that, that created an RDP of X. And as the mayor indicated, it's all how which properties they used to come up with the 83 is in the agreement, as well as which properties we're using to meet the 83.
so that includes things like if the Acme sells or the bank on Haddon Avenue, stuff like that, where it's banked, but it's not necessary to achieve in a
Yes.
specific time frame. Okay, so if I understand this correctly, if the immunity clause is revoked at the request of Fair Share Housing, that then exposes the borough to a builder's remedy suit to build 300 or 60 or 83 or.
It opens up the borough to a builder's remedy lawsuit on any property within town to whatever number the builders at the time want to put on in place.
Okay, so it's unlimited potential.
Correct.
It's not just for Bancroft, it's for any property in town at that point.
Gotcha. And again, I just heard that we don't know yet what Woodmont will do, but what, do you have any, excuse me, any understanding or explanation of what the terms of the due diligence period are if that contract does not go forward? Is there another obligation or just additional liability for the borough?
No, my understanding of the due diligence period, that ran on November 17th. So technically the borough is beyond that. I've not had any conversations with Woodmont. Our redevelopment council has, and he's going to brief the elected officials this evening.
Okay, so we don't know specifically what they're planning to do, but they're not really going to be excited to walk away from whatever the contract was. And we don't know if there was like a clawback or a buyout or any other clause in there.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do, and I wouldn't characterize them as being excited or not. I don't know.
Okay, sure. Pardon me for the editorialization.
No, that's.
I think that's all I got. Dave, will you stick for a picture later?
Sure.
Thanks.
I have to keep signing checks, so I'll be here for a while.
Perfect. That was You'd already been working.
Okay. With that, could I have a motion to enter, are we doing closed session?
Yes.
Okay, could I have a motion to go into closed session, please?
Just make a motion, close the public.
Second.
Yeah, I'm sorry, close to the front.
Close to the press.
Thank you.
Motion close to the press.
Second.
Voting on that motion, Commissioner Troy,
In favor.
Commissioner Seidel,
In favor.
Commissioner Bianco Bezek.
In favor.
And finally, motion to go into closed session. I'll second that.
Voting on that motion, Commissioner Troy,
In favor.
Commissioner Seidel,
Take it now.
Commissioner Bianco Bezek. In favor.
Appreciate it.
Chief, was there some